Hello everyone and welcome back to LewisFiction and another episode of the Spectacular Spider-Man Season 4. This is Episode 8. If you have not watched the rest of Season 4 or even Season 3, then go back and watch that before you watch this. But with that being said, without further ado, this is Episode 8. Episode 8. Frontlines. We kick off this episode a few days after MJ revealed to Peter that she knew he was Spider-Man. MJ is frantically running around a building, collapsing above her. She dodges out of the way of falling rubble. We then cut to a POV of Spider-Man. Peter narrates over the top about how this was a really bad idea. And out of nowhere, a stream of sand blasts Peter in the back, sending him flying across the room. Sandman forms out of the sand particles and stands over Peter as he says he's a dead man. Peter, currently down and injured, widens his eyes as Sandman approaches him. After the intro, we cut back to a few days earlier. However, still one day after MJ revealed that she knew Peter was Spider-Man. Peter, MJ, Anna Watson and Aunt May are all at the dinner table eating. MJ and Peter keep looking at each other and looking away. Things seem tense, but not in the sense that she knew he was Spider-Man. It was a different kind of tension. May says that her, Anna Watson and Mary Jane are going to Coney Island in a few days. He should come. Peter says sure. We cut to Peter in school. He hops from class to class nervously. Everywhere he goes, he sees MJ or Gwen. He can't shake the conversation they had after she revealed he knew his identity. What could that be? This week at Midtown is the induction week for the military. The whole theme of this episode will revolve around military application. This episode, alongside the Peter and Mary Jane story, will also focus on Flash Thompson, who during this time becomes interested in the application. Since Season 2, throughout the couple of times that I have mentioned the character, he will have matured a lot since then. Since winning the football trophy in Season 3 legitimately after Harry got exposed for using, his character has come a long way. We will also touch upon the back and forth relationship he has with Sean, addressing that this has been going on for a year now, similar to the situation Peter finds himself in with Gwen. Sean's personality has always appeared disinterested in Flash. However, when Flash will apply for the military in this episode, Sean will be slightly down about it, not wanting him to go, implying that she may see a potential future with him. The decision will come about when Flash decides that after the constant attempts to bring his grades up fail, he must join the army. He needs the experience, and he's got to start somewhere. Academics has never really been for him anyway. It is revealed that the characters that applied will be leaving at the end of the school year. We cut to after class. Peter leaps to the top of a building. First order of business. He needs to find out who the glowing magic guy was, and why he stole what he stole. He thinks back to Captain Stacy, and will say to himself that it's a lot harder being solo than he remembers. He has to figure all this out on his own. We then cut to Hammerhead, who is recruiting villainous members to help him take down Spider-Man. He tells Chameleon and Mr. Negative that he has one old foe in mind that could send Spider-Man a run for his money. Enter Flint Marko. Flint arrives on the scene with a facial expression of anger. He asks Hammerhead what the hell he wants, and Hammerhead will say that he wants him to bring in Spider-Man. Flint will remark that didn't go well the first few times he tried to do that. Plus, he's over all that now. He's been changing his life around. Since the episode during Season 2, where Flint helped save people from the fire on the oil tanker, he has decided to turn his life around. Not just for his sake, but for his daughter too. He doesn't want anything to do with Spider-Man. Hammerhead will say he has no choice, and pulls up a recording of thugs holding his daughter and some of his extended family hostage. Flint, enraged, lashes out at Hammerhead, sending him across the room. Mr. Negative charges up and zaps Sandman back into human form. Hammerhead gets up and brushes his waistcoat. He says he didn't think he'd have the best response, but he will comply, or his family will perish. We cut away to Aunt May, Anna Watson, MJ and Peter at Coney Island together. The tension between Peter and MJ is still there, as we flash back to the end of last episode to reveal what the conversation was. MJ says that she knows Peter is Spider-Man. Peter laughs and says that's nonsense, and MJ says that she's serious. She knows. Peter asks how she got to that conclusion. The events from Season 3 play over again. She speaks Peter through how she saw him put on the costume and swing away. Peter scrambles to come up with an excuse, and MJ says there's no point of denying it. She had to get it off her chest. It was eating her up inside. She couldn't hold on to it for any longer. We cut back to the present day, as Peter and MJ walk around Coney Island, still tensely looking at one another. When screaming can be heard from the background, Peter and MJ instantly swiftly turn around to see a massive hole breach through the side of the dock. Peter thinks to himself there is no way Sandman is back to his old ways. As a stream of sand swiftly makes its way through the hole, Peter tells everyone to wait here as he runs off, saying he's going to go get help. Spider-Man swings onto the scene and asks how many times they've fought now to Flint. Marco will say he's already bugging him, and he's only just opened his mouth. Spider-Man will say that's what he's best at, as he dodges out of the way. Sandman then looks around him as he sees people screaming. He can't let any of these people get hurt. He needs to lure Spider-Man away. He grabs the closest person to him, which is MJ. He takes her off the island and onto an abandoned building to get Spider-Man's attention. Peter screams her name as he web zips towards Sandman. Flint puts MJ down safely and lets her go, as he begins to fight Spider-Man. But MJ can't find an escape. The doors are locked, and due to them fighting, the building starts to collapse around them. Which is where we return to the first scene in the episode, as Sandman looms over Spider-Man. They begin to brawl again, and as they are fighting, Peter and MJ catch each other's eyes, as we flashback once more. This time, a few moments after the reveal, they both sit inside Anna Watson's house. This will be a big scene for the series, as MJ reveals a lot about herself. Peter will say that she can't tell anyone about this. This is serious. His identity is the one thing he'll always be stern about. MJ says that she knows how much it means to him. She's been watching his selflessness, saving people, giving up for others when they need it. The need to hide his other half from the rest of the world for people's safety is what she respects the most, but intrigues her because she thought she was the only one. Peter will be confused and will ask, what? MJ will say the reason that she doesn't live with her parents anymore is because of her father. Her father used to abuse her mother, and her Aunt Anna doesn't know how bad it really got. She keeps that secret part of her life away from her aunt because she doesn't want her to get hurt. Anna's brother, who is MJ's father, is in prison now, but it's a big secret. MJ tells Peter she's been living with this part of her life for years, and all she does is put on a brave face to act like everything's okay, like she's the chillest person in the room. However, deep inside, she has the most chaotic mind. Peter is taken back by this and says he's sorry for what happened to her and her mother. MJ will say it's fine, she just thought that he should know. Peter holds her hand as MJ places her head on Peter's chest. Peter embraces it into a hug. They pull away, and as they lock eyes, and without thinking, they kiss. It felt natural, in the moment, but MJ pulls away. She says she's sorry, she shouldn't have done that. Peter, stunned, sits there bewildered. MJ says that she knows that he loves Gwen, and Gwen loves him too. She couldn't do that, not to Gwen, not after everything she's lost. Peter says in a somber tone that because of Spider-Man, he can't love Gwen. He can never love anyone. MJ says that's not fair. That's not his choice to make. And Peter looks down. We cut back to the fight with Sandman. The somber tone plays over the fight as Peter finally brings Sandman down. However, the building is still collapsing. Peter rushes MJ out of there before the building fully comes down. But in that time, Sandman escapes into the night. At least everyone is okay. Peter stands face to face with MJ in his costume. He says that's why he can never love anyone. Situations like that, he couldn't put the ones he loves on the front lines. Fade to black. That is it for episode 8 of Spectacular Spider-Man Season 4. If you did enjoy this episode, make sure to leave a like and also make sure to subscribe if you are new around here. You ain't gonna want to miss episode 9. Obviously, we're getting very close to the end of Season 4. Obviously, everything is coming around now with all the villains, with all the stories, all the plot lines. We're all converging into one big finale, so you ain't gonna want to miss the end of the season. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on Thursday for another episode of my animated Spider-Man series, and I'll catch you guys later. Take care and peace.